Good day. So proceed tayo sa discussion natin regarding differentiation rules. So here we will add another rule that will be very essential for us. So sa ano natin, no, sa subject natin. So yung mga na-discuss natin before are yung product rule, yung mga quotient rule, yung mga sum and difference rules, yung power rule, and then yung derivative of a constant. So however, there are some, or based dun sa mga na-discuss natin previously, meron pa rin tayong mga algebraic functions na hindi natin makukuha yung derivative using yung mga rules lang na yon. So kunwari, we have this function, no? So square root of x squared plus 1. So sa mga functions gaya nito, so let's say this is equal to f of x. So hindi natin makukuha yung derivative nito based on power rule alone, or sum and difference, or yung mga product and quotient rules. So, kunwari, hindi naman natin to pwedeng, hindi naman natin to pwedeng gawing x squared tapos plus 1. Hindi naman natin pwedeng gawin yon. Or hindi naman natin pwedeng gamitin, or hindi naman natin pwedeng kuhanin yung derivative lang nasa loob ng nasa square root. So, hindi kasi pwede yon. So, in other words, wala tayong magagawa, no? Based lang dun sa mga na pag-aralan natin previously. So, yung function na yun, no, yung square root of x squared plus 1, we will view this as what we call as a composite function. So, i-view natin siya as a composite function. So, if nare-recall ninyo yung composite function, that is a function within another function. So, kung titingnan nyo to, yung ano natin, yung expression na to, square root of x squared plus 1. So, parang meron akong function dito sa loob, which is x squared plus 1, na nakapaloob sa isa pang function dito, which is yung square root function. So, a function inside another function. So, para makuha natin yung derivative ng isang composite function, we will use the so-called chain rule. Okay? So, chain rule. So, kunwari, if we have a composite function, f of g of x, so equal lang yun, no, sa f, tapos yung g of x, nasa loob lang siya ng f of x. So, differentiable daw yun, and that is given by the product. So, if kukuhanin natin yung derivative niya, so, nung function inside another function, that is equal to yung derivative ng f, tapos sa loob, kakopy lang natin yung g of x. And then times, ide-derivative naman natin yung nasa loob, which is g prime of x. So, kumbaga yung f siya yung nasa labas, yung g siya yung nasa loob. So, ang derivative now nun is yung derivative ng outer, tapos kakopy mo lang yung inner sa loob, and then times yung derivative ng inner. So, kunwari yung g of x. So, this is another way to express the chain rule. So, kunwari yung g of x, gagawin mo siyang letter u. So, if yung g of x nasa loob siya ng f of x, so magiging f of u na siya, no? Kasi nga ginawa mo ng u yung g of x. Tapos yung f of u, ginawa mo siyang y. Then, this could be the alternative way of expressing the chain rule. So, yung derivative daw, ng function na yon, ng composite function, so dy with respect to x, is equal to, ide-derivative mo muna yung y with respect to u dito. And then times, ide-derivative mo yung u, which is yung g of x, so with respect to x. So basically dito, magka-cancel lang yung du, so parang nag-dy over dx ka lang din. So yun nga, no, the easier way to understand the chain rule is if we let f as the outer function and then g of x being the inner function. So again, nasa inner yung g of x, and then yung f, siya yung nasa labas. So if kukuhanin natin yung derivative niya, that is equal to, so derivative of the outer function, so leaving the inside alone, so meaning nito, just copy lang yung g of x. So pag sinabing leaving inside alone, kakopy lang yung g of x, and then multiplied by derivative of the inner function. So mag-g prime of x ka na lang. Or i-derivative mo na yung nasa loob. So for instance, yung ang function natin na to, no, square root of x squared plus 1 may be expressed as a composite function. So yung square root, gagawin natin siyang outer, and then yung x squared plus 1, gagawin natin siyang inner. So kasi nasa loob siya ng square root, yung x squared plus 1. So here, let's identify. So meron tayong examples lang dito, dalawa lang. So let's identify kung sino yung outer and then sino yung inner. So this is an example of a function that can be solved using the chain rule. Pero dito, if you can see, pwede mong i-apply naman yung loss of exponents lang dito, no? So kunwari, if lahat ng to naka-raise siya sa 6, so pwede mo siyang gawing v raised to 6 over v cubed plus 1 raised to 6. Tapos ang gagawin mo, i-expand mo na lang to, so with raised to 6. So pag na-expand mo na siya, pwede mo na siyang i-quotient rule. So pwede naman yun. So kaso nga lang, yung exponent mo dito, raised to 6, gagamit ka pa ng ano dyan, ng binomial theorem. So wherein, hahaba lang lalo yung ano mo, no? Yung magiging expansion nito. Sobrang haba ng expansion nito. So gawin na lang natin, let's view it as a composite function na lang. So kung titingnan nyo, yung fraction na to, nakapaloob siya sa exponent na 6. So meaning, yung v over v cubed plus 1, ginawa mo siyang inner. No? Kasi nasa loob siya ng raised to 6. So therefore, yung outer, siya yung something raised to 6. And then yung inner, siya yung v over v cubed plus 1. So now, if gagamitin mo yung chain rule, so gagawin natin, derivative daw muna ng outer. No? So we work it out from outer towards the inner. So yun yung sa chain rule. So i-derivative muna natin yung outer. So since yung raised to 6 power yan, so we can use the power rule. So if you can recall yung power rule, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, ibababa lang natin yung 6 dito, tapos ima-minus 1 lang natin yung exponent. So again, ibababa lang yung exponent, which is 6. 6 times, so something, and then 6 minus 1. And then sabi, di ba kanina, leaving the inside alone. Tapos sabi ko nga, kakopy mo lang yung inner, no? So sa case na to, kakopy ko lang yung inner sa loob. So di naman kasi pwedeng blanco lang yan. So v over v cubed plus 1. And then times yung derivative naman nung inner. So dito, pag i-derivative na natin yung inner, so we can use the quotient rule. So kasi napakaano lang nito, no? Naging simpler na lang yung i-derivative natin dito. So kung quotient rule man yan, so v cubed plus 1 times derivative ng v, which is 1, minus v, and then times derivative ng v cubed plus 1, which is 3v squared plus 0. So 3v squared na lang. So divided by v cubed plus 1 raised to 2. So ito na mismo yung derivative, no? So isi-simplify mo na lang siya. So ganun yung chain rule. So next naman is y is equal to sine of tan of 2x. So even though nawala pa tayo sa mga transcendental functions, so kasi when we get to transcendental functions, so maraming chain rule yung magiging ganap doon. So dito hindi naman natin kukuhanin mismo yung derivative, pero let's just identify yung outer tsaka yung inner. So kung babasahin mo nga siya, sine of tan of 2x. So parang may tatlo tayong function dito, no? So kuwari yung 2x function yan, nakapaloob siya sa tangent, which is another function. Tapos itong dalawa, nakapaloob ulit siya sa another function, which is yung sine. So parang may tatlo kang functions, no, na nakapaloob sa isa't isa. So kumbaga, if this is h of x, yung tangent siya yung g of x, tapos yung sine siya yung f of h of x, sorry, yun. So f of g of h of x. So parang ganun siya. So if we're going to identify this one, so outer is yung sine, And then inner is yung tangent of 2x. Pero yung tangent of 2x, meron na namang outer and inner yan. So yung inner natin is 2x and then yung tangent, outer siya. So nga hanapin natin yung derivative na to. So meaning, i-derivative mo muna yung sign, tapos kakopy mo lang yung tan of 2x times yung derivative ng tangent. So, pero kakopy mo lang yung 2x sa loob. Tapos times derivative ngayon ng inner. So 2x dito. So parang nag-create tayo ng chain, no? Chain of derivatives. So anyway, transcendental functions to. So sa finals pa kasi to. So more on ano lang tayo ngayon, no? Algebraic functions lang. So here, let's apply the chain rule for this type of function. So y is equal to x squared plus 3x raised to 100. So yun nga, kung masipag ka, so pwede mo kasing i-expand itong function na to, no? Raised to 100. Pero again, gagamit ka ng binomial theorem. So sobrang dami na ng terms na to. So abot ka ng more than 100 terms siguro dito. So instead, gamitin na lang natin yung chain rule. Okay? So yung outer function, yun yung raised to 100. So ang gagawin natin, i-power rule lang natin yung 100. So 100, bring down 100 times, tapos 100 minus 1 sa exponent. Tapos ang gagawin mo, kakopy mo lang yung nasa loob. So x squared plus 3x. And then times yung derivative ngayon nung nasa loob. So ito yung nasa loob, x squared plus 3x. So derivative ng x squared, 2x yon. And then derivative ng 3x is 3. So 100 times x squared plus 3x raised to 100 minus 1 times 2x plus 3. So ito magiging ano to, no? X squared plus 3x raised to 99. So itong 100, i-times na lang natin siya sa 2x tsaka sa 3. So 100 times 2x, that is 200x. And then 100 times 3, that is 300. So plus 300. So this is the derivative na ng function natin. So 200x plus 300 times x squared plus 3x raised to 99. Siyempre, hindi na natin i-expand yung raised to 99. Yan. So now let's find the derivative of this one, no? Yung square root of x squared plus 1. So what we will do here is to express na lang siya. Instead of being a square root, gawin na lang natin siyang exponent, no? So raised to 1/2. So pag kasi naka-exponent na siya, so pwede natin kasi siyang gamitan ng power rule ulit. So if haharapin natin yung derivative, so f prime of x. So 1/2. And then copy yung nasa loob, x squared plus 1. And then yung exponent, no? Power rule. So 1/2 minus 1. So ito na, no? Derivative na to ng outer function, which is yung square root. And then times derivative nung nasa loob. So 2x. 2x plus 0. So let's simplify. So 1/2 x squared plus 1. And then 1/2 minus 1. So parang 0.5 lang yan minus 1, which is equal to negative 0.5. So yung negative 0.5, that is negative 1/2. So times 2x. And then pansin nyo 1/2, nakatime siya sa 2x. So magka-cancel lang dyan yung 2. So matitira na lang sa'yo is x times x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2. Pero gusto natin positive yung exponent. So para maging positive yung exponent, magiging denominator to. So x over x squared plus 1 raised to positive 1/2 na siya pag nasa denominator na. And then raised to 1/2, di ba, yun yung square root. So this is already the answer, no? So either one of the two okay lang. So as long as naka-positive na yung exponent. So either one of the two pwede na. So next let's differentiate this function. So dito syempre we can determine this using quotient rule lang naman. Okay? So if gagamitin natin yung quotient rule, let's do that. So di ba gagawin natin tong u, ito gagawin natin siyang v. So to quotient rule or to use the quotient rule, so y prime is or quotient rule u over v, that is v du minus u dv over v squared. So v copy, so 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 times du, so derivative ng x squared is 2x. So minus u, so copy x squared times dv. So derivative ng 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So derivative ng 3x squared, that is 6x. And then derivative ng negative 2x, that is minus 2. So divided by 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to 2 squared. And then ang gawin natin, distribute natin yung 2x dito sa tatlong to. Tapos yung negative x squared, i-distribute natin siya sa dalawang to. So this will be, so 2x times 3x squared, that is 6x cubed. 2x times negative 2x, that is negative 4x squared. 2x times positive 1, that is positive 2x. So next, negative x squared times 6x, that is negative 6x cubed. Negative x squared times negative 2, that is positive 2x squared. So divided by 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to 2. So ngayon, 6x cubed dito magka-cancel. Yung positive 2x squared tsaka yung negative 4x squared, magko-combine yan. So, negative 4 plus 2. So, magka-cancel to. Ito magiging siyang negative 2x squared. So, yung answer dyan is negative 2x squared plus 2x over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to 2. So, ito yung derivative, no? If we use the quotient rule. So, ever yun nga, we can solve this using chain rule. So, paano natin siya gagawin chain rule? So, we should arrive also at the same answer. Kung gagawin man or gagamitin man natin yung chain rule dito. So, if i-chain rule natin siya, gagawin natin, yung denominator, since naka-raise yan to 1, no? Itong buong function na to sa baba. So, ang gagawin natin, yung x squared, i-times na lang natin siya sa negative exponent niya. So, negative 1. So, kasi yung denominator, kung gagawin mo siyang numerator, dito, magde-negative na ngayon yung exponent niya. So, and then you can now determine the derivative using product rule and chain rule. So, yung x squared gagawin mong u, tapos yung 3x squared minus 2x minus 1, gagawin mo siyang v. And then product rule, so u times v is equal to u dv plus v du. So, sa y prime ang gagawin natin, so u copy yung x squared times yung derivative ng v. So, dito yung outer function natin is yung raised to negative 1. So, yung negative 1, ibababa natin, no? Negative 1 times negative 1 dito sa power rule. And then, kakopy lang natin yung loob. So, 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then, times yung derivative nung nasa loob. So, which is 6x minus 2. So, hindi pa tayo tapos sa product rule. So, meron pa tayong v du. So, plus v. So, copy lang natin to yung v. times du. So, derivative ng x squared, which is 2x. So, ngayon, let's simplify this one. So, x squared times negative 1. So, magiging negative x squared yon. So, yung negative x squared, i-distribute natin siya dito sa 6x tsaka sa negative 2. So, what will happen is, so negative x squared times 6x, that is negative 6x cubed. Negative x squared times negative 2, that is positive 2x squared. So, itong dalawa, naka-times yan sa, ito, no, yung 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to negative 2. And then plus, ito, no, 2x. Ito, wala ka nang masisimplify dito for now. So, 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to negative 1. So, ngayon yung exponent, gawin natin silang positive. So, this will become, so negative 6x cubed plus 2x squared. So, over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to positive 2 na siya. And then plus 2x over 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, raised to 1, no? Pero di na natin sinusulat yung raised to 1. So, broy na lang natin. So, ngayon, how will we combine these two fractions? Into a single fraction na lang. So, papansinin nyo itong second term natin, yung denominator niya, meron na siyang 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, ang goal kasi natin para mapag-combine natin yung functions na yan, dapat magpaparehas yung denominator, itong dalawa. That magsa-same sila. So, ang gagawin natin, since yung ito squared ito, so mas lamang kasi ito. So, ang gagawin natin, itong hindi nakakalamang, so gagawin natin, ipaparehas natin siya sa ganito. No, gagawin natin siyang squared. So, paano natin gagawing squared itong 3x squared minus 2x plus 1? So, magiging squared yan, di ba? If mag-multiply ako ng isa pang 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, pag tinimes ko to, so magiging squared na siya, katulad na siya ng denominator natin. So, since nag-times ako sa denominator, so dapat mag-times din ako sa numerator. So, 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, parang canceled lang siya, di ba? Pero in reality, yun nga, minanipulate mo yung equation mo. So, ngayon, under one fraction na lang siya. So, kasi parehas na to, no? Parehas na sila. So, under one fraction na lang. 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 raised to 2. So, ngayon, ang gawin na lang natin is to distribute natin yung 2x dito. So, since positive naman siya dito, so, di naman magbabago yung signs kapag nag-distribute tayo. So, this would become negative 6x cubed plus 2x squared. And then dito, 2x times 3x squared, that is positive 6x cubed. 2x times negative 2x, that is negative 4x squared. 2x times positive 1, that is positive 2x. And then yung 6x cubed dito, magka-cancel sila. 4x squared plus 2x squared, that is negative 2x squared. So, plus 2x over 3x squared plus minus 2x plus 1 raised to 2. So, same lang yung nakuha natin na derivative as with the quotient rule method. So, dapat magsa-same lang sila. So, yun, based on the two methods. So, syempre, kayong bahala kung ano yung pinaka-gusto ninyo, no? Pero syempre, based of convenience lang. So, syempre, magko-quotient rule ka na lang. Mas ano kasi yun. So, diretso na kasi yun. Isang formula lang. Ayan, so, same lang siya, no? Sa kanina. So next, let's find the derivative of this one. So ang gawin natin, so ang outer natin is yung raised to 9, and then yung inner natin is yung fraction na to. So getting the derivative, so derivative muna yung power na 9. So 9, and then raised to 8 na lang siya, and then copy yung nasa loob. So t minus 2 over 2t plus 1. And then times yung derivative ng nasa loob. So which is quotient rule. So ito yung u, ito yung v. So again, v, copy natin. So 2t plus 1 times du. So derivative ng t minus 2 is just 1. Kasi 1 lang ito, derivative minus 0, constant. Minus u. So kakopy natin yung t minus 2 times dv or v prime. So which is 2t plus 1, derivative niyan is 2 lang. So times 2. So over 2t plus 1 squared. So quotient rule. So next, simplify naman natin yung fraction na to. So naka-times na lang yan, no? So 2t plus 1 times 1. So copy lang yon, no? Kasi times 1 lang siya. So 2t plus 1 lang siya. And then ito, negative 2. So negative 2 times t, that is negative 2t. Negative 2 times negative 2, that is positive 4. So divided by 2t plus 1 raised to 2. And then simplify natin siya ulit. So 9 times t minus 2 over 2t plus 1 raised to 8. And then simplify natin to. So 2t minus 2t cancel. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Yan. So simplify pa natin to. So 9 times 5 is 45. And then dito, since nakita nyo may 2t plus 1 tayo, and then may 2t plus 1 din tayo sa baba dito. So mga denominator natin, 2t plus 1. So pwede natin i-combine yung exponents niyan. So kunwari ito, yung t minus 2 over 2t plus 1 raised to 8, I can do that as, or I can apply the loss of exponent as t minus 2 raised to 8 over 2t plus 1 raised to 8. And then may natitira pa tayong 2t plus 1 squared dito. So times 1 over 2t plus 1 raised to 2. So itong denominator na to, pwedeng mag-combine yan since naka-multiply lang naman siya. So this will become 45 times t minus 2 raised to 8. So may pa nag-times ka ng same base, so mag-a-add lang yung exponent natin. So 2t plus 1 raised to 10. So ito na mismo yung simplified version of the derivative na. So nakasimplify na yan. So 45 times t minus 2 raised to 8 over 2t plus 1 raised to 10. Ito. So let's take the derivative of this one. So dito meron tayong mga product, no? So product tapos composite din siya. Yung pinroduct natin, dalawang composite functions. So here we will apply. So first, ang gagawin natin is product rule muna. So if we did derivative natin siya. So product rule, so itong buo, this is u. Itong buo, this is V. So, product rule tayo. So, copy yung U. So, x squared plus 1 raised to 3 times derivative ng V. So, dito derivative ng V. So, chain rule tayo dito. So, outer function is 6. Inner function is x squared plus 2. So, 6. Tapos magiging 5. Tapos x squared plus 2. Copy. And then times yung derivative ng x squared plus 2. So, which is 2x lang, no? So, 2x plus 0. And then plus, so V copy natin, times du. So, ito, chain rule tayo sa u. So, outer function, yun yung 3. Inner function, x squared plus 1. So, 3, tapos 2 na lang dito. And then copy yung nasa loob, x squared plus 1. Times derivative ng nasa loob. So, derivative ng x squared plus 1, 2x din. So, next na gawin natin dito is i-times natin muna yung 6 tsaka yung 2x, no? So, 6 times 2x is 12x. So, yung 12x, naka-times siya dito, naka-times din siya dito. So, 12x times x squared plus 1 cubed times x squared plus 2 raised to 5. Dito naman, yung 3 tsaka yung 2x, i-multiply natin sila. So, that becomes 6x. Tapos naka-times yan dito, tsaka dito. So, 6x times x squared plus 1 raised to 2 times x squared plus 2 raised to 6. So, between these two terms, meron tayong common sa kanilang dalawa. No? So, wherein pwede natin silang, or pwede tayong mag-factor out. So, between 12x and 6x, so common sa kanila, parehas silang may 12, ay parehas silang may 6, no? Parehas silang naka-times sa 6. Parehas din silang naka-x. So, pwede akong maglabas ng 6x, no? So, pag naglabas ako ng 6x, so matitira na lang dito is 2 na lang, no? Naglabas ako ng 6x sa 12x. Dito, pag naglabas ako ng 6x sa 6x, 1 na lang siya. So, yan, naka-factor, no? Next, dito, parehas tayong may x squared plus 1 dito. So, I can factor out actually yung x squared plus 1 squared. So, maglalabas daw ako nun. So, yun yung common sa kanila, no? Parehas silang may x squared plus 1 squared. So, i-factor out ko siya. So, pag nagtanggal ako ng x squared plus 1 squared dito, ang matitira is x squared plus 1 na lang raised to 1. So, kasi tinanggalan ko siya ng dalawang ganon. And then dito, pag nagtanggal ako ng x squared plus 1 squared, o 1 na lang din yung matitira dyan. Next, dito naman sa dalawang to, so ang common sa kanila is parehas silang may x squared plus 2 raised to 5. So, pwede akong mag-factor out nun. So, pag nagtanggal ako ng x squared plus 2 raised to 5, ang matitira dito is 1 na lang. Dito, pag nagtanggal ako ng 5, so matitira is x squared plus 2 na lang raised to 1. So, ngayon, nilabas na natin sila. So, i-ano na lang natin tong mga natitira. I-plot na lang natin yung natitira. So, 2 na lang. 2 times x squared plus 1 times 1 na lang. And then plus, so 1 times 1 times x squared plus 2 raised to 1. So, equal to 6x, x squared plus 1 raised to 2 times x squared plus 2 raised to 5. So, dito, 2x squared plus 2 and then times 1. So, wala na yan. Ito rin times 1 times 1. And then x squared plus 2. So, plus x squared plus 2. So, the derivative, so g prime of x is equal to 6x, x squared plus 1 squared times x squared plus 5, ay x squared plus 2 raised to 5 times, so 2x squared plus x squared, that is 3x squared. And then 2 plus 2 is 4. So ito na yung derivative natin. So since naka-multiply lang naman to, pwede mong i-swap-swap yung lugar ng mga yan. Okay lang naman. So pwedeng mauna yung 3x squared plus 4 sa 6x. Pwedeng mauna yung x squared plus 2 raised to 5 kaysa sa x squared plus 1. So you can rearrange the order of the multiplication. So product lang naman siya. Yan, gaya nito. So next, i-derivative naman natin tong function na to. So square root of x plus square root of x. So we can express this as in terms of exponents na lang. So naka-square root to. So that is an exponent of 1/2. So gagawin ko na lang siyang raised to 1/2. And then sa loob is x plus another square root of x. So square root of x is x raised to 1/2 din. Yan. So ang gawin natin is to take the derivative using chain rule. So outer function is itong raised to 1/2. So to get y prime, that is 1/2. And then 1/2 minus 1. Tapos copy yung nasa loob, no? X plus x 1/2. And then times yung derivative ng nasa loob. So derivative ng nasa loob, derivative ng x is 1 plus derivative ng x 1/2, which is 1/2 x raised to 1/2 minus 1. So gagawin is simplify na lang yan, no? Naka-derivative na lahat. So 1/2 x plus x 1/2. And then 1/2 minus 1, that is negative 1/2. So times 1 plus 1/2 x. So 1/2 minus 1, so negative 1/2 ulit yan. So ang gawin natin, meron tayong mga negative exponents dito. So gawin natin silang positive exponents. So pag naging positive exponent na to, magde-denominator siya niyan. No? So magde-denominator and then magta-times siya sa denominator na 2 dito. So it will become 1 over 2 x plus x raised to 1/2 raised to 1/2. So positive 1/2 na siya. And then times ito naman, so which is 1 plus, ito negative exponent, so gagawin natin siyang positive, magre-reciprocal siya or magiging siyang denominator. So it will become 1 over 2 times x raised to 1/2. 2x 1 half. Yan. So ngayon ito, yung naka-times dito, magka-times siya sa 1 dito. So magjo-join siya as a numerator na. So ito magiging 1 plus 1 over. So gawin na natin siyang square root, no? So 2 square root of x. So ito, sa denominator, divided by 2. And then raised to 1 half dito sa labas. So square root of x plus, and then x raised to 1 half is square root of x. And then next, i-combine ko tong fraction na to. Ang gagawin, di ba? It's either 1 over 1 yan, tapos iba-butterfly mo siya. Pwede yan. So, first is 2 square root of x times 1, that is 2 square root of x. And then plus 1 times 1, that is plus 1. So, over, magta-times yung denominator. So, 1 times 2 square root of x, that is 2 square root of x. Over 2 square root of x plus square root of x. So, next, denominator to. Denominator din ito. So, para maging isang fraction na lang, magjo-join or magta-times yung dalawang denominator. So, this will become 2 square root of x. Ito times natin siya sa 2 square root of x plus square root of x. Tapos ito, numerator. So, copy na lang natin yan. So, 2 square root of x plus 1. So, combine natin to yung 2 times 2. So, this will become 4. And then, yung square root of x, copy natin. And then, times square root of x plus square root of x. Itong sa taas, di na natin to simplify syempre. So, 2 square root of x plus 1 na lang siya. So, this could be the final answer na. Pero if you want, pwede pa kasing mag-combine yung dalawang square root na to under 1. So, 4 and then yung x magta-times sa x. So, that's x squared. Tapos yung x magta-times sa square root of x. So, plus x square root of x. So, under 1 square root na lang. So, and then 2 square root of x plus 1. So, either of the two can be the final answer. Yan. So ito, mapa 2 square root of x plus 1 man yan or 1 plus 2 square root of x. Same lang yan, no? Now let's have higher order derivatives. So let's say we're going to find the derivative of this function. So 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 10x minus 5. So using product rule, using power rule, we can now determine the derivative as 15x squared minus 6x plus 10. And as you can see, yung derivative na to, pwede mo pang i-derivative ulit yan, no? It is still differentiable. And so it can be differentiated. So pag dinerivative natin yung derivative, gaya nito, so yung f prime of x, pinrime mo siya ulit. So magkakaroon tayo ng f prime prime, no? Or f double prime of x. And then kuhanin mo lang yung derivative nito. So derivative ng 15x squared, that is 30. And then derivative ng negative 6x is negative 6. So we call this as the second derivative, no? Double prime or f double prime of x. So ito, naging second derivative na siya. So higher derivative na siya. So kasi it is more than the first derivative. So ito first derivative lang tawag natin dyan. And again, you can see the double or the second derivative. So, pwede pa natin kuhanin yung derivative ulit niyan. So, pag dinerivative natin yung second derivative, it will now become the third derivative na. So, f triple prime na siya na. So, derivative ng 30x, that is 30. Derivative ng negative 6, that is 0. So, the third derivative na is equal to 30. So, kung gusto mo pang i-derivative ulit yan, pwede pa. So, fourth derivative na yung tawag natin doon. So, instead of writing apat na prime, or limang prime, anim na prime, pitong prime, so you can notate that as f, tapos naka-ano na lang dito, no? Naka-exponent siya na parenthesis 4, and then of x. So, indicating that it is on the fourth derivative. So, syempre, derivative na lang ng 30 is 0 na. So, kasi constant na lang yon. And syempre, hindi na pwedeng kuhanin na yung fifth and sixth and seventh derivative. So, kasi 0 na lang lagi yung sagot doon. So, basically sa fourth, magsa-stop ka na nun, no? In getting the derivative. So, yan. Sa first derivative, dy over dx, this is the Leibniz notation. So, sa second derivative, yung first derivative, ide-derivative mo siya. Tapos pag third, yung second derivative, ide-derivative mo na naman siya, and so on and so forth. So dito, in Leibniz notation as well, so mangyayari yung dalawang d, magsa-squared siya. So d squared of y, so over dx squared. So kasi magta-times, parang magta-times yung dalawang dx. So dx times dx is dx squared. So this is the notation for the second derivative. Pag third, ganito, fourth and fifth, ganyan. So kung prime notation naman, so yan, magpo-prime ka lang. Pag fourth and fifth pataas, so nilalagyan mo na siya ng parenthesis 4 or parenthesis 5. In some references, you can encounter the derivative notation as ganito. So derivative ng y with respect to x. So pag naka-squared, that is second derivative, third derivative, fourth derivative, and fifth derivative. And then kung in terms of y naman siya, so instead of f of x, so y prime, y double prime, y triple prime, y parenthesis 4, and then y parenthesis 5. So these are the notations for higher order derivatives. So you can take as many derivatives as you want, so as long as it is still differentiable. So pwede kang umuot ng 10th derivative or 20th derivative. So as long as ano pa rin, differentiable lagi yung function mo. And hindi, or ayun, pag umubot na sa 0, then you have to stop it na. So here, let's determine the second derivative of f of x is equal to 2x minus 5x raised to 3 over 4. So first derivative, so ano lang, no? Derivative ng 2x, which is 2 times 1 lang. And then derivative ng 5x raised to 3 over 4, that is 5. And then bring down the exponent 3/4, and then x raised to 3/4 minus 1. So 2 times 1, that is 2. So minus 5 times 3 over 4, that is 15 na siya, no? 15 over 4. So 5 times 3 is 15. X. And then dito, 3/4 minus 1. So parang ano lang yan, no? 3/4 is 0.75 minus 1. So that is negative 0.25. So negative 0.25, that's negative 1/4. So yun yung first derivative. So now, kung second derivative yan, So, derivative ng 2 is 0 minus, so 15/4 copy, and then power rule tayo sa x raised to negative 1/4. So, negative 1/4 x, so minus 1/4 minus 1. Negative 15/4 times negative 1/4. So, positive na yan, no? So, 15, 4 times 4 is 16. So, 15/16. So, x. So, and then negative 1/4 minus 1. So, pwede rin yung negative 1, gagawin mo siyang as 4/4. So, para magpantay sila sa denominator. So, negative 1 minus 4, that's negative 5. And then over 4. So, ngayon, we're going to express this as positive exponent. So, 15/16, x raised to positive 5/4. Kung gagawin natin tong radical, so 15/16, tapos x raised to 5, tapos naka fourth root. So this is in radical notation. So either one of the two pwede siya. So let's find the third derivative. So kumbaga, i-derivative natin to ng 3 beses. So here, what you can do is, yun nga, pwede natin siyang i-foil. Pwede naman. So g of t. So t squared times t cubed, that is t raised to 5. And then t squared t squared times negative 2t, that is negative 2t cubed. 1 times t cubed, that is t cubed, positive t cubed. And then 1 times negative 2t is negative 2t. So simplifying g of t, that is t raised to 5 minus t cubed minus 2t. So and then we can find the first derivative. So using product rule, that is 5t raised to 4 minus 3t squared minus 2. Second derivative, that is, so 20 na yan, no? 5 times 4, 20 raised to, t raised to 3 minus 3 times 2 is 6. So 60 na lang siya. And then minus 2 is 0. And then so triple prime. So 20 times 3, 60. And then t squared. And then derivative ng negative 60 is minus 6. So ito na yun, no? So ang nakapakita dito is naka-product rule siya, no? So letting u and then letting this one as v. So kung product rule tayo, so g prime of t. So u copy times derivative ng v, so which is 3t squared minus 2 plus v copy v. So t cubed minus 2t times derivative ng u, so which is 2t. So next na ginawa is g double prime. So product rule dito. And then dito, so product rule na lang din ulit yan. So uv and then uv. So pwede kasi yon. So product rule, so u copy t squared plus 1 times derivative ng v, that is 60. So 60 na lang yan. And then plus 3t squared minus 2 times derivative ng u, so 2t. So plus, ito naman, product rule. So copy u, so t cubed minus 2t times derivative of v, which is 2, plus 2t times derivative ng u. So 3t squared minus 2. And then simplify. So 60 times t squared, that is 6t cubed. 60 times 1, that is plus 60. 2t times 3t squared, that is 6t cubed. 2t times negative 2, that is negative 4t. So plus dito, so okay lang kahit di na mag-parenthesis. So 2 times t cubed, that is 2t cubed. 2 times negative 2t, that's negative 4t. 2t times 3t squared, that is positive 6t cubed. 2t times negative 2, that is negative 4t. 60 cube, 60 cube, 2t cube, and then 60 cube, naka-positive lahat. So 20 yan, no? 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 2. So 20t cube. 60 minus 40, that is positive 2t na lang. 40 minus 40, that is negative 8t. 2t minus 8t, so minus 6t. So G triple prime. So 20 times 3, 60, and then t squared. And then derivative of 60 is 6 or negative 6. So yun din yung answer. So next, let's find the third derivative. So ito quotient siya. So we will use quotient rule. So first derivative. So ito yung u, ito yung v. So v copy, 6 minus x times derivative of u, which is 1, minus copy yung u times derivative of v. So derivative of v is 0 and then minus 1. No? So negative 1 over 6 minus x raised to 2 or squared. 6 minus x times 1, so 6 minus x lang yun. Negative x times negative 1, that is positive x. So over 6 minus x quantity squared. 6 minus x plus x, that is 6 over 6 minus x quantity squared. So first derivative pa lang yun. So now let's have the second derivative. So for the second derivative, so mag-aano ka ulit dito, no? Pwedeng quotient rule, pwedeng product rule na naka-negative exponent yung 6 minus x. Okay? Pero let's try using quotient rule ulit. So ito yung u, ito yung v. So v copy, so 6 minus x squared times derivative of u, derivative ng 6, 0 lang, minus, so copy yung u, 6, times derivative ng 6 minus x quantity squared. So dito, mag-chain rule tayo. So outer function is 2, no? And then inner function is 6 minus x. So power rule tayo sa 2. So 2 times copy yung loob, 6 minus x. And then raised to 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is positive 1. Times derivative ng inner function. So derivative ng 6 minus x is negative 1. So chain rule to. So divided by 6 minus x. So 6 minus x raised to, sorry, 6 minus x squared and then isa squared mo ulit siya. So ito times 0, so cancel lang yun. So dito magkakaroon tayo ng negative 6 times 2 times negative 1. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 1, that is positive 12. Times 6 minus x over 6 minus x. Pag may squared tayo dito, tapos naka-exponent na naman siya ng 2, magta-times yung exponent natin. So raised to 4 na to. So as you can see, may 6 minus x tayo sa taas. Pwede natin cancel yon. So magiging cube na lang dito. So this will be 12 over 6 minus x cube. So next, let's take the third derivative. So quotient rule tayo ulit niyan. So ito magiging u, ito magiging v. So first, copy v. So 6 minus x cube. And then times derivative of u. Derivative ng 12, 0. So minus copy u, so 12. Times derivative ng v, which is 6 minus x cubed. So chain rule tayo dito. So magiging 3 times 6 minus x and then squared times derivative ng 6 minus x, which is negative 1. So all over, so 6 minus x cubed, tapos isa-squared natin siya. So ito 0. Here we have negative 12 times 3, so which is negative 36. Negative 36 times negative 1, that is positive 36. And then 6 minus x squared over, so 6 minus x raised to 3 raised to 2. So magta-times yung exponent ulit. So 6 minus x raised to 6. So may squared ako dito, may 6 ako dito. Cancel ko yung squared. Maging 4 na lang to. So answer is 36 divided by 6 minus x raised to 4. So this is the final answer. So itong method dito is quotient rule muna siya. And then ang ginawa is ginawang negative exponent yung 6 minus x squared. And then nag-product rule with combination to chain rule. So same answer as well, no? So dito kayong bahala if anong method yung gusto nyo. So if you want purely quotient rule or may product rule. So if you can work with negative exponents, so pwede siyang product rule. I think mas malinis, no? Tignan yung ganitong solution. Or mas ano siya, mas easy siyang intindihan. So on our last example, so let's find the third derivative nito. So we have encountered this function kanina, no? Pero hinanap lang natin doon is first derivative. So, what if hanapin natin yung third derivative? So, using chain rule, ito yung first derivative, no? So, ginawang exponent 1/2 and then pinower rule, copy the inner function and then times the derivative of the inner function which is 2x. So, yung 2 magka-cancel. So, x na lang siya. So, times x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2. So, kasi 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Next, we find the second derivative. So, dito, gawin natin siyang product rule, no? So, ito yung u, ito yung v. So, first, copy u, and then derivative of v. So, chain rule tayo ulit. So, negative 1/2, and then copy x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2 minus 1 times 2x. Yung derivative ng inner function. And then plus v copy times derivative ng u, derivative ng x, 1 lang. Times 1. So, dito, cancel yung 2. So, x times x is x squared. X squared times negative 1 dito. So, negative x squared, no? And then, negative 1/2 minus 1. So, yung 1, gawin mo siyang 2 over 2. So, same denominator. So, minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. So, 3 over 2. Plus dito, so, x squared plus 1 raised to negative 1/2. So, let's get the third derivative. So, pero bago natin kunin yung third derivative, so para mas easy siya, no? As you can see sa dalawang terms na to, same tayong may x squared plus 1, no? Sa dalawang terms dito. So, we can factor out, no? So, dito when we factor out, as you can see, negative yung exponent natin dito sa x plus 1 or x squared plus 1. So, what we're going to do is to factor out kung sino yung mas negative sa kanilang dalawa. So, which is more negative? So, is it negative 1.5 or negative 0.5? So, sino yung mas negative sa dalawa? So, syempre, ito yung pinaka-negative, no? Or more negative value, which is negative 1.5. Or yung negative 3 halves. So, gawin natin, let's factor out x squared plus 1, negative 3 halves. So, pag nag-factor tayo ng x squared plus 1 raised to negative 3 halves, so matatanggalan na to, no? Natatanggal na siya. So, matitira is x squared na lang. And then ito, pag nagtanggal tayo ng negative 3 halves sa kanya, so basically, magdi-divide ka lang dyan ng 3 halves, no? Or negative 3 halves. So, ganito siya pag finactor out mo siya. And then, same base. So, pag nag-divide ka, So magsasubtract tayo ng exponent. So this is equal to x squared plus 1, negative 1 half, tapos magma-minus ka ng negative 3 half sa kanya. So negative 1 half, negative 0.5 yon. Tapos minus minus, so plus 1.5. Negative 0.5 plus 1.5, edi raised to 1 na lang yon, no? So matitira dito kapag nagtanggal ka ng x raised to negative 3 halves, that is x squared plus 1 raised to 2. Ay, raised to 1, sorry, raised to 1 lang. So since raised to 1 lang ito, burahin ko na siya. And since plus lang naman to, burahin ko na yung parenthesis. So negative x squared plus x squared. So cancel lang yon. Ang matitira is plus 1 na lang. So times 1 lang. So f double prime of x, that is simplified as x squared plus 1 raised to negative 3 halves lang. So nakasimplify na yung second derivative mo. So in getting the third derivative, so mas easier na siya, no? Kasi nakasimplify na yung ano mo, yung function mo for the second derivative. Ito. So ngayon, in getting the third derivative, so chain rule na lang, no? So negative 3 halves, bababa mo siya. And then copy na sa loob. And then negative 3 halves minus 1 times yung derivative ng loob, which is 2x. Tapos yung 1 dito, gagawin ko siyang 2 over 2. So negative 3 minus 2, that is negative 5 over 2 times 2x. Magka-cancel yung 2 dito. So matitira is negative 3x times x squared plus 1 raised to negative 5 over 2. We express it now as positive exponent. So negative 3x over x squared plus 1. Ngayon, positive na siya, 5 over 2. Pag ginawa mo siyang denominator. So in radical form, this becomes x squared plus 1 raised to 5. And then naka-square root tayo ng 2. Pero yung 2, binubura na natin yun kasi automatic pag square root. So squared na kagad yung ano dito or yung 2 na yung root natin dito. So this is now the final answer. So either one of the two. So that ends the discussion for derivatives of algebraic functions. So for the next topic, we will have the so-called implicit differentiation. So if may mga corrections dito in the PowerPoint, so i-address nyo kaagad sa akin. If may question kayo, you can also ask me kaagad din sa Canvas, no? So para malinawan kayo, yun lang naman. So if you have, yun nga, if you have any questions, just ask lang lagi, okay? So thank you for taking the time to watch these recordings and I wish you good luck on your future requirements.
Let us continue solving problems, the derivative of algebraic functions. Examples, use the rules of differentiation to find the derivative of the function. Number 1, f of x is equal to x plus 11. Number 2, y equal to 4th root of x. So let us solve for the first derivative. Number 1, f of x is equal to x plus 11. If you still recall, if you will solve for the first derivative of x, the answer is 1. While for the derivative of a constant, the derivative is 0. So the first derivative, f prime x, is equal to 1. So this is the answer in number 1. Number 2, y equal to fourth root of x. So let us now, instead of using the radical sign, let us now use exponent raised to 1/4. Now in this example, you now have power rule where n is equal to 1/4. If you still remember, the derivative of x raised to n is equal to n multiply x raised to n minus 1. Okay, so we will use power rule to solve for number 2. Okay, so let us now continue. Also, if you add or subtract 1 in 1/4, so 1/4 minus 1 equal to, let us have the LCD, 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, multiply 1 is still 1. And this is over 1. 4 divided by 1 is 4, multiply negative 1 is negative 4. So the answer is 1 minus 4, negative 3/4. Okay, so you now have y equal to 1/4, x multiply 1/4 for n. Okay, then multiply x raised to 1 minus, or 1/4 minus 1, the result is negative 3/4. So y is equal to, correction, so it should be 1/4 multiply x raised to negative 3/4. So you now have 1/4 multiply x. Instead of using raised to negative 3/4, you can now use positive 3/4, but make sure you have x in the denominator. So the answer in number 2. Next number, number 3. In number 3, you have f of t equal to negative 2t squared plus 3t minus 6. So let us now, for the first term, you use power rule. Second term, for the derivative of t with respect to t. And third term, derivative of a constant. So f prime t is equal to negative 2 multiply 2, then t, and here is 2, so 2 minus 1 raised to 1, plus the derivative of t with respect to t is only 1, so 3 multiply 1 plus 0, the derivative of a constant. So the answer now is negative 4 multiply t plus 3, so f prime t. Okay, arranging the answer, we have f prime t equal to 3 minus 4t. So the answer in number 3. Number 4. In number 4, you have the derivative for, the first derivative for the function 3 over x raised to 7. Okay, so if you still remember, the derivative for quotient or quotient rule, derivative of c over v. Okay, where c is a constant. Okay, so the derivative is negative c then first derivative of v with respect to x, dv dx, then over v squared. Okay, so the derivative for where the numerator is a constant over v. So let us now use this formula. Our c here is 3, so y prime is equal to negative 3. Then the derivative of x raised to 7. Okay, so you can now use here power rule. So you have 7 multiply x raised to 7 minus 1 is 6 over x raised to 7, but you need to square it. Okay, so x raised to 7 quantity square. So now you have negative 21 x raised to 6 over x raised to 7 multiply 2 is 14. So it is equal to negative 21. I can now cancel. Numerator has x raised to 6, while the denominator has x raised to 14, and 14 minus 6 is 8. So for the denominator, you have over x raised to 8. So this is y prime. The answer in number 4.